Charles, Fox News polls out today say this. First question, U.S. military, are you in favor of the U.S. military getting involved with the situation in Libya? And there you see a 25% in favor, 65% oppose, 9% unsure. Then the next one, Obama administration handling of the situation there, 43% approve, 35% disapprove, 21% unsure.
Look, historically, Americans are always against intervention almost everywhere. It requires leadership. It requires it in World War II. It required it in Korea. It requires it in the Gulf War, the Good War. And the question is, where was the leadership here? I think if we end up with the authorization by the vote in the UN, and it turns out that it's too late by the time anything gets off the ground, Benghazi has been cleansed. That's the word that Gaddafi used. One of the ugliest words in the annals of war, which means essentially genocide. It will be not just a moot point, it will be a humiliation. It will be the worst of all worlds. We'll be standing there with all the authorization in the world, and people will be dead. And the problem here I have is it's a classic example of how, for a liberal internationalist, the process is everything and the policy is secondary. They've been searching for a fig leaf, authorization, all the time to get the UN, the Arab League, NATO, whoever, and by the time it's all approved, everybody is dead on the ground. I mean, if somebody can explain to me the moral logic of why we have to get the blessing or the abstention of the butchers of Tiananmen Square in order to prevent a second Tiananmen Square in Benghazi, I'd like to hear it. It makes no sense at all, an obsession with the process. And by waiting until now, until the very last hour, with shelling already heard in Benghazi, it's an absurdity. Either you strike, you're serious, and you do it, or you don't. And here we are right in the middle.